I remember my...
Well, you can't say it. You're going to have to sing it if you go say it.
Well, that too. I can do that for you.
There you go.
You know, that's no sweat.
That's nothing.
But the point I was going to make is a memory just came back to me. So I'm an older sister as well. And my siblings, I'm like 11 and 15 years older than them. So it's always been a second mother, which is probably why I am the way that I am. I remember the song. You remember? Nelly, it's getting hot in here.
Absolutely.
I'll take a I am. So I saw her when this song had come out, and she's singing this song.
And how old was she at this time?
I don't know, but I didn't like it because she was a girl.
Okay.
Right. What did I do? I changed the words. So we were like, I found myself lyrics, just changing the words. We can still bang and have fun and
Yes.
But the words,
Absolutely.
the content.
Absolutely.
I'm all about the content right now in my music. Just about what I am saying. So that's kind of where I am. I can, I wrote a song. My grandmother told me one day. My grandmother's a very interesting woman, very strong woman, very opinionated, and all of her opinions come from a place. And
What's your grandmother's name?
my grandmother's name is Gertrude Davis.
Gertrude. How you doing, Gertrude Davis? You got to meet her one day.
Yes, you should. My grandmother was going off on a tangent, a good tangent, a grandmother's tangent.
Okay.
And you know what she wanted me to know? She said, Takeema, we are all the same. Do not let anyone treat you any different. My grandmother went as far to say that we all sit on the toilet and we do our business, wipe ourselves the same way. She says, listen, she says that I'm not better than anybody. She looked at me, she says, but there's nobody better than me. And I can be honest with you and say that didn't hit me then, but it definitely hit me a little bit later. And I wound up writing a song just from the essence of what I thought that she was saying, So those things, the things that trigger, the things that inspire, the things that motivate me. This is going to be the first of many interviews where I feel that the world, or I, maybe not even the world, but I'm ready to share me. Someone said, if you don't utilize your gifts, God will take them away.
Use it or lose it.
Same difference.
Same difference.
So that's kind of where I am right now.
Okay.
But the timing is amazing. And timing is everything. So we can all say, I wish I did, I coulda, I should have. But it's really, we are where we're supposed to be. I had to remind myself that I am exactly where I'm supposed to be, and what lies ahead of me is where I should be going. I think I've conducted myself in the way to continue to grow and share, because I'm all about sharing. I am very much a giver, very much.
Interesting. Okay, with that, well, I'm going to need you to give me something.
Okay.
We have a portion of the show,
Yes.
and I've asked all my guests. In our community,
Yes.
we need a code of conduct.
Okay.
Okay?
It may
Now,
be long.
Whether that code, it can be 1, 2, 3. No, we have a long list of things.
That's going to be a long list.
Right, and I've asked quite a couple of people, and it was 1 45-minute answer I got.
Whoa.
But that being said, it could be something as small like when men and women walk down the street, the woman's on the inside.
Okay.
It could be something in depth like, we make sure that our dollar bounces around 8 times before it leaves our community.
Okay.
So if you were to say what we as a community need to do as far as a code of conduct, what would be 1 or 2 of the things that you would have on your list?
Well, I commend you for even asking that question and evoking that train of thought. And I think that everyone is good at something.
Indeed.
So with that said, what I am good at, my list, the codes that I will contribute will be to the women.
Okay.
Because I think that's my strong suit right now.
Gotcha.
And when I say that, because we're having like a major influx of fakeness. So.
Jane, never lie.
So, and listen, that too comes from a certain place. So although someone is not where they're supposed to be, I don't penalize them for being where they are. Oftentimes, we were not, or they were not educated or enlightened in the areas that they should have been. So my code of conduct would be not to isolate the men, but I'm not ready for them just yet. I would, unless their pants are sagging, because that's a whole nother, because I got something for that too, okay?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So in
but
that,
do men's pants sag?
no.
Right.
No, but
Boys.
the belt, no. So then, okay, so understanding
Males,
males,
but not men.
right.
Right.
Got you.
Got me.
And thank you for that clarity.
There you go.
For
Here we
me,
go.
myself, and your audience. Back to the women. I say level of fakeness. It's really just a level of ignorance. We have to be peace, be still, and understand who we are. Understand that the way that God made you is the way that you should be. To understand, I don't want to get into the weaves and the just the two. I want to say that, okay, I'm going to go there.
Uh-oh.
I'm going
Get
there.
your popcorn.
If there is a woman that, if I meet a woman, if I know a woman, if there is a woman,
Blank, blank, blank woman.
this is me, and I mean, could be judgmental, but I'm being honest.
Okay.
If I've known you for a year and I've never seen you wear your natural hair, I feel a way about that. I don't feel a way for me, but I feel a way for you. I feel that if we are using makeup and extensions and all these things to enhance our beauty, we have to once understand and embrace what our beauty is. I
Natural
actually sat
beauty.
and debated whether I should put on a lipstick just for a pop of color, but I chose not to just because. My code of conduct for the women is to let it all go. Let it go until you are completely comfortable with you. And I'm going to say that because next week I'm going to get my hair braided and it will probably be down here and I will be swinging in a whole other way. But take it off until you are good with you. I was at my place of work, right? Mm-hmm. So when you open the woman's bathroom door, there's a vanity area before you actually get to the actual toilets. I saw a young black woman. I had never spoken to her before. I give my love to my sisters most often everywhere. What she was doing in the bathroom, I mean, she was a weave wearer, but what I saw her doing and what made me speak to her was the fact that this woman had a flat iron. You guys know what that is. And she was literally burning the hair that was coming out of her root so it could blend the best with the hair that she picked off the counter in the store. They hurt me. They don't hurt me for me, they hurt me for her.
And it had to stink too, all that.
But when you think about the essence of what she's doing, you know, what are you doing? And so I said to her, don't do that. Oh, no, don't do that. You can't match. What are you doing? So then you wonder why you have no sides. You wonder why you can't. You wonder why it's not even the way that you want to be. When you take it off, it's because you're not realizing the damage. You know what I mean? But again, if you don't know, see, a lot of us don't know. Listen, I love my mother, but I had a perm when I was 6 years old. 6. That's too young. For lie and die, it's too young. So my spirit, my African spirit, my black spirit has always been prevalent and made me feel like I didn't have to do different things. Okay. But I had a perm when I was 6, and all I can remember is when I got 17 and I left the house, that was when I went natural. 17, 18, I was like, I cut it off myself. Like, we just not doing this anymore. Okay. What I know is when women see me and my tress, they smile and they look like, oh my goodness. And my hair, you know how many women, that's the next thing. My code of conduct will be women, it will be hair, and it will be self, because I have become this person that people will call me. I've become this, and this was before the natural hair products were $1 billion industry. I went natural when it was not cool to be natural. Gotcha. When there was nothing on the shelf that I could buy for a curly souffle or keep it together and moisturize the whatever, there was none of that.
Curly souffle.
Is
there a product called curly souffle?
Y'all know there's a product called.
Y'all women are killing me. Y'all are buying curly souffles.
I'm telling you. I mean, serious.
You can't make this up. You got to be serious.
Well, I could make it up because I'm creative, but I'm not making it up. I'm not making it up. And I say all of that to say we got to feel good about ourselves
Okay.
before we enhance. What are we enhancing? Because you're either, listen, the weaves, listen, transgender, they are great. The makeup,
I'm gonna not
don't go.
that. The sentence transgenders are great. Just
They are great at
thank you. You need to finish that sentence.
the wigs, the
Okay.
lace fronts, the makeup, the blending, to blend.
Okay,
So
okay.
what I
Yes,
feel
I'll
as
go with
these
that.
women are giving a good hiding place to those that don't want anyone to know that that's where they are. Like there are so many avenues. My code of conduct will be abundant.
Now, the other side of a code of conduct is when these codes are not adhered to, there has to be some kind of discipline.
Okay.
There has to be some kind of feedback to the person to let them know, no, you can't do this. This is why. And to your point, it would be, or would it be to let them know what they're doing and how they're damaging themselves and how, I mean, what would be the consequences of not following your code?
The consequences of not following the code, I think all the pain, all of the confusion, I think it lies within self. So I'm not really looking to punish these women because it's not like they have been taught all of this for 29 years and then they're now deciding to just wear pounds of makeup and one weave after the other.
But, all right, so you,
I'm not going to punish them, but I'm
Okay.
going to enlighten them. My code of conduct won't be a lashing or a whipping. My code of conduct
Consequence,
will
alright.
be for them to understand what looking within themselves, what that means. We're going to take away all of your products. Okay, that's a punishment.
there you go.
So we're going to remove the glue.
There you go.
The weave glue is gone. We're going to get rid of all of these products. I just heard on the radio somewhere that we're talking about billion, I mean 23, don't quote me on a number, but the beauty industry, we're
Yes.
talking billions of dollars. And
Yes.
this is billions of dollars, not in my opinion, to enhance, but to recreate. When you see these women with their lip injections, the implants, all of these things, I say, you have a daughter. What do you say to your daughter when you say, why my mommy doesn't look like me? These children get their strength from identifying, not from outside, from identifying with what is within their home. So as I tell my daughter, this is not, when a man or a woman compliments me in the street, my daughter will often say, what did they say? And sister, you're beautiful, you're natural. But I explain to her what that means. I can't be this beautiful and natural and feel as strong as I am and have my daughter with a perm. To me, that is just oxymoronish, but that's just me. They're an extension of us. My daughter has to be able to identify with me. So if my nose was Michael Jackson, Patti LaBelle, I love Pat, I'm sorry. And my daughter's nose is like that, but there is a disconnect.
Right.
And I don't know how that's going to manifest in her, but it's definitely going to create a change. So, code of
do something,
conduct,
yes.
hair, self, body type, understanding. We are all different. My mother, you know what they told me? They told me that I told someone my mother was a white lady. My mother is fair skinned.
Okay.
So even that level of identifying, I probably didn't have that with my mother, but I still thought that she was beautiful. My father was my complexion.
Right.
So I understood where I came from in that realm. You know what I mean? I'm trying not to deviate too much from your question.
Too late. Keep going.
As I keep going back to code of conduct, as I keep going back to consequences. See, sometimes the consequences we don't see right away.
And sometimes consequences can be good.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
And taking away their glue is good.
I think so too.
There you go.
But taking it away and helping them understand why, or showing them how. If you
Yes.
love, so when a guy compliments me on my hair and my naturalness, there's been a time where I asked him, well, what does your woman look like? Because that's an important question.
See, he was trying to get your phone number, and
And
you
that's-
just blew it all up.
And that's my point. You can't love me and then not love what I represent.
How about that?
Your woman needs to look like the type of woman you feel that you should be with. That's big to me. So I appreciate your compliment, my brother, but help your sister get out of that weave. Tell her that she is beautiful without it. So as I help these women transition, I go back to saying that I had a perm when I was 6 because I didn't know my hair. That's one of the biggest things in the whole world. These women don't know the capability that their hair has. We can do so much with just hair. You know what I mean? This is a part of me.
I got a little bit.
I know. My hair is a part of me, but in my corporate life, it was not a part of me. So, I mean, listen.
And you were part of the Fortune 500 company, Fortune 100.
Fortune 50.
Fortune 50. Look how stunting.
Right. And with that said, as I laugh, proverbial plantation, I used to make jokes and say, I have to get them ready. Like my friends will see me on the weekend, girl, you don't wear your hair like that at the office. No, because they're not ready for this. I got to start here. I remember back in early 2000, it could have been the 90s. I just try to hesitate a little bit. But the braids, because I used to wear braids. I had a great natural hairstylist who helped me. So we can't all do it ourselves. I'm not standing here to profess that I've done this journey on my own. We need help. We all need help. So I had someone who was able to tame, for lack of a better word, my tress. And I didn't wear extra hair, but I used to wear my hair
I've heard
braided.
you say this before, tress. What is that?
My hair.
Oh, okay.
My hair.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
Now, y'all women have all these terms that us men don't know, so I just got to get some clarification.
So having someone to help me, I wore braids, but I wore my own hair braided. Even with the braids, I would have to introduce corporate society to that. And then, the guys, I worked for a fabric manufacturer quite some time ago, and very laid back kind of atmosphere, but I came in with my hair braided, and they were like, oh, they made a joke, Spreewell, because, well, I just told the Times, because back then, that's the only thing that he or they could identify with.
Braids, right.
You know what I mean? So that's okay, because however you get it, now it's going to be Spreewell, and Takeema. You know what I mean?
And Takeema looks much more beautiful than Latrell Sprewell. Even though you might choke somebody like he did.
Well, But, just all of those things. So my code of conduct, leave me in charge of the women and self-love subject. And we're going to come out ready for the next level, because there's an elder of mine who I'm sure can teach me and the women that come with me the next level of even that. But let me start with them there. Let me take away all of that stuff. Let me say, if I have seen you not with your natural hair in a year. Now listen, I know women who that weave stuff, it is an art, and they do some amazing things. But again, if you can't do amazing things with what God gave you, then how much of an artist are you?
Did y'all hear how she ended that right there? That was impressive.
Thank you. But it's my truth,
It is your truth. It's our truth. We've heard it. We appreciate it. We appreciate you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to leave you with one thing.
What do you? Yes, ma'am.
I want to take you back to what my grandma said. And my grandmother,
Gertrude
Davis said that I ain't better than nobody, but there's nobody better than me. And when I say that to audiences, it's not for me. It's for us.
How about this? Look right there in that camera and say it again.
I'm not better than anybody, but there's no one better than me. And what that means is not just for me, it's for you. So when I sing the song, I ain't better than nobody, but nobody's better than me. I see it's crazy out here in these streets, and baby, can't nobody love me like me, yeah. Grandma said, I ain't better than nobody, and nobody's better than me. I see it's crazy out here in these streets, and baby, can't nobody love me like me, yeah. I think hard every day about why my people have changed. I'm talking about my people. Some of us have scars that palmers can't fade away. So just do what my grandma says and change how you think in your head. Sing, I ain't better than nobody, and nobody's better than me. And that's where I'm at with it. I want everybody to say, I have the audience repeating, I ain't better than nobody, and nobody's better than me. So that's the
If
title.
I could sing, I would have did it with you. I really would have.
So the title of my code of conduct, this chapter, would be I'm not better than anybody, but there's nobody better than me. And
So
I
we can
really
get our
believe
young
that.
ladies and our young men and our young gentlemen to internalize that. You're saying that. Someone told me, he said, I'm paraphrasing, I don't solve my problems, I change my mind state and my problems solve themselves. So that sounds like what you're saying. So you love yourself and realize that there's nobody better than you and you're better than nobody and these things will fall into place.
Absolutely. That's what we're doing. That's what this platform is for. That is what it's all about.
Indeed, indeed.
Absolutely.
Listen, the Brick by Brick community,
Yes.
we give it up for Sister Takeema Davis.
Thank you so much for
Once
having
again,
me. I really appreciate the time.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Until the next
Yeah, I
one.
mean, you ran a little over, but it was worth it. It was this right here is. I told y'all this is going to be one of the better interviews.
Thank you.
Thank you very kindly.
Not a problem.
Brother Ron, Brick by Brick, signing out. Peace and blessings. And we certain things that people teach you when you're a child, you need to get to a certain age and rethink those things, right?
Yeah,
Has there been anything that you've rethought recently?
this fantastic book.
This fantastic, there you go, and here we are. This is why I rock with you. So this book tells you certain things that you used to think were true, but then once you think about it critically and reassess it, you realize it's not really the truth, right?
Yeah.
Let's just look at one thing real quick. Yeah, I mean, here we go. Why do Americans believe the United States is a democracy? Okay? You know the Pledge of Allegiance, right?
Yeah.
Say the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic.
Stop. What was the last three words? What last four words you said?
To the republic.
And to the republic.
Oh, yeah.
So they say this is a democracy. But it says and to the republic. Does it say into the democracy?
No.
I'm just saying, this is certain things that you know that we hear that we don't really get until we think about it, right?
Yeah.
And there's a bunch more things in here like that, right? High five. That's what I'm talking about. So there's definitely certain things that once we actually look at it, we have to realize that that's not the truth. Okay? So, Brick by Brick brings you For Real. Brother Ron, check it out.
Wild Style, hip hop movie. First hip hop movie ever. Biggest hip hop movie ever.
Indeed.
Biggest samples out the movie. Turn It Up, my sample. Puerto Rico, ho, my sample. Y'all care, boy, my sample. My mic sound alright, my sample. Waterbed Kev has been sampled by Dougie Fresh, Big Daddy Kane, Public Enemy, Big Pun, to Dot X, Pete Rock, you know,
The list goes on.
it's on and on, man. You know what I'm saying? It don't stop, man.
How you doing, people? It's Brother Ron, Brick by Brick. We back one more time. First off, y'all know, For Real, Brother Ron. Definitely something you need to check out. I also want to let you know that, you see this right here? This is that fire right here. All right? This is the design by a brother called Naj Mahal. All right? Him and his partner, Paris Torian. This is the War Report line. You see what I'm saying? This right here, you need to get you one of these. What's their group? Eiffel Life? I'm telling you, these two brothers, they out here, they got their line. Y'all see the joint, looking kind of fresh. First and foremost, what I would say is that if we in our community don't assist each other and help each other with the things that we do, what's the sense of doing it, right? To that point, you know, we're doing certain things in the hood and the community. And I also want to big up my brother, Carl Tone Jones, Professor Carl. There's a few things that we were doing. One of the things that we were and we are doing is the literacy program. So he down in Philly, my parent NY. We got some brothers down in North Carolina, South Carolina also willing to assist us. We're trying to move it down, you know, a little further, Florida, things of that nature. But the crux of it is we want to give our young brothers and sisters the initiative to read, okay? So you read a book, you write a essay about that book, we pay you. It don't get more simple than that, people. So this is the trick to it, though. If you read a book about our people or written by one of our people, you get double. So it's not a lot of money. You get $5 if you read a book and write us a 200-word report. You get $10 if you read a book by a person in our community or a book about our community. You can't beat that. So, I mean, I hear what y'all saying about, you know, reading is fundamental. Reading is going to start being lucrative. You know, you read 3 books a month, that's a little $30 for the children, you know. That's your lunch money, what have you. You read 5 books, you might get you a pair of Adidas, pair of real Roshis or something like that, you know. And we are doing this out the kindness of our heart because we have to help these children realize that if they don't expand their horizons and they don't read a little more, they don't broaden their mind, then they're going to be trapped in the same places that they've been in. We don't need none of that. So that being said, big ups to Brother Carl Tone Jones, Professor Carl, for establishing an initiative. And we out here, brick by brick, we definitely want to, you know, keep going with the initiative and take it to another level. So as I said, this is one book you can definitely read by here. For real, Brother Ron. There's a slew of others. There's actually one of the books that someone purchased for me. It's Germany's Black Holocaust. So that book right there is, if anybody read that one, write about that one, that's the book of the month. The book of the month gets $20. Y'all hear that, children? Now, we're not trying to pimp you into reading or trying to trick you into reading, but we're going to give you some initiative. We're going to give you a reason to do this. All right? So, you know, that's our initiative. Big ups to Brother Carl for starting it. We running with it. Brother Ron, brick by brick. That's what it is. We'll see you later. Peace. Salute.